The boy pulled back his slingshot, aimed at a portrait of Hitler, and fired, knocking it down to reveal a portrait of Pushkin behind it. The teacher only picked up the Pushkin portrait. Suddenly, a German officer burst in. Seeing the portrait of Hitler on the ground, the teacher quickly picked it up, lying that he had accidentally knocked it down to protect the children. But the German officer did not let him off. He ordered the teacher to bring out the Pushkin portrait and place it in front of a stone monument. Then, he loaded a pistol, handed it to the teacher, and ordered him to shoot at Pushkin. The officer even raised a camera, trying to record the scene. This was a massive humiliation for the Soviet teacher. Seeing his students watching him, he begged the officer to let the children leave. The officer instantly flew into a rage. He pushed the teacher to the ground and beat him, then dragged him in front of the Pushkin portrait, threatening him to shoot. The teacher had no choice but to raise the pistol and intentionally fired at the ground. The officer pushed the teacher down again. Only then did the teacher shoot at the Pushkin portrait. The German officer had achieved his goal and left satisfied. Later, the Germans made the photo public to humiliate the teacher. The teacher picked up his hat and stood up, feeling deeply sorrowful. When the teacher returned home, he walked into the shed and surprisingly found a wounded Soviet sniper hiding inside. The sniper's mission was to assassinate the German officer. The teacher decided to help him. They went to the German military airfield and entered the wreckage of an old plane. The sniper hid by the window, planning to ambush the Germans. Soon, a German plane landed. The sniper set up his rifle and aimed at the target, but the teacher suddenly regretted it and tackled the sniper because he didn't want to be arrested by the Germans. At that moment, the German commander sensed the danger and quickly left. Seeing this, the sniper realized the mission had failed. The next day, during the German speech, but because the sniper's wounds were too severe, he stopped breathing. The teacher had to bury the Soviet soldier first, but when the teacher returned to the village, he found his house empty. There was only a letter left by his wife on the bed, and even his son was nowhere to be found. He hurriedly asked his son's friend and learned from the boy that his son had taken an accidentally found grenade and headed to the German military base. The man panicked completely, but as soon as he stepped out of the house, he heard an explosion. He ran anxiously toward the sound, only to see the German army putting out the fire and his son being taken away. Now he had truly lost his wife and child. Finally, he was completely enraged, and taking advantage of the moment when the Germans were giving a speech, he personally set up the Mosin-Nagant rifle. He aimed for a long time and finally shot the German officer dead. Even though the German soldiers quickly fired back and the teacher was hit by bullets, he had still accomplished his revenge.